Good morning. I am in Kingman, Arizona today, hiking at Surbat Foothills Recreation Area. Today I'm going to be hiking and talking about, it's cold. I didn't think I was going to need a jacket today. I'm going to be talking about 7 actionable things I did to get out of my midlife crisis.
Welcome everyone. If you're new here, I'm Allie and I'm a little obsessed with living a wonderful midlife and hiking. If you're not new here, you already know that, and yay, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about the actionable ways I got out of my midlife crisis while I hike in the gorgeous Arizona desert. Be sure to watch to the end because I have a crazy animal encounter. As always, I'll link my complimentary blog post in the description. Be sure to check it out for more details.
Recently, I realized that there was a possibility I was in a midlife crisis for a few years. I band-aided it. I didn't realize I was in it. This summer, I got out of a bad relationship, and as I was healing from that, I realized that bad relationship could have been a band-aid for what I had been going through for years. And so I really took some action to heal myself from the relationship, as well as the midlife crisis that I feel like I've been going through maybe since my late 30s. That was before my divorce. My divorce was 10 years ago, almost 10 years. I'm 52 now, and I finally feel like I'm not worried about the things that people worry about during a midlife crisis. I spoke more about this in other videos, so I will definitely link them down below. So a midlife crisis can usually be set off by feeling that you're running out of time in life, through midlife, dramatic changes that have been happening in your life. And it's hard to adjust to these changes that are coming at you, right? Empty nest, you're bored with your job, you feel like time is running out, you got to get things done. And I had this feeling in my late 30s, all the way up until recently. And honestly, the first thing I did was accept it. I mean, what are you going to do when things happen to you? Your kids move on. You become an empty nester. Yes, you've been in that job for a while. It gets kind of boring, right? You might have to start taking care of a parent. Your marriage gets, a little dull. So first thing I did when I realized I had been going through a midlife crisis was I actually just accepted the changes that were going on in my life. And, unfortunately, I had to embrace the suck. You've heard that phrase before, right? It's embrace that discomfort that comes along with it. So once I was able to just accept that things were changing, and maybe I was a little bored with life or whatever was going on during my midlife, just accepted it, I was then able to really look introspectively at myself and what do I want? What do I need? It sounds a little selfish sometimes, but it is what I needed at the time. So I could move forward with making plans and goals with what would help me to get past the stage of my life that I'm not quite enjoying. It is so pretty out today. There's an overcast, so you can see, I can see more colors, and it's really green out here. I've been here before many, 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 many times. I trained my body for the Arizona Trail out here, but I don't remember it being so green. I think Kingman maybe got more rain this year than normal. Don't look that way. Let's look this way. It is so pretty out here right now. I'm the only one out here, which kind of spooks me. Not because, oh boy, because of mountain lions, and I know they're out here. I know they are. This is their habitat. You know, getting out of a midlife crisis can be very daunting, and it seems like such a large task to do, right? So the third thing I did was create small goals. And when I reached those small goals, I accepted those small victories, because small goals can turn into big goals. For instance, I started riding my bike again, gave myself the goal of riding a mile. I'm up to like 10 now with hills. So it's just the small goals. And then I would accept the victories and just like revel in them. Because sometimes that's what you need, is just those little victories. Little bench here. If I was hungry, I'd have my snack, but I just ate breakfast. Another thing that I've done, which is actually should probably be number one for some people, but I didn't really think about it until I did the other ones. And that is honestly to seek help. All my life, I thought I could do things by myself, that I could just barrel through on my own, especially after the internet, right? You could find so much information on the internet. But honestly, guys, seeking help, and whether that is community, like online, I actually joined like Reddit groups, and now I'm in a Substack group of midlife women who write, and never discount friends and family. And of course, if you really want to or need to, definitely seek professional help through your doctor, through a therapist or psychiatrist, psychologist. There's no shame in that. I have had therapy in the past, but I seeked help. I'm living with my mom right now. I talk to my friend Steph on a regular basis. As you guys know, I went to Colorado. I accepted that invitation to go, and I went and hiked and just enjoyed being with my friend and talking to her about being in our 50s. It really, really helped to know that I wasn't alone. That was really nice. Did you guys know that Route 66 goes through Kingman? I think it's part of that Route 66 song. I've driven through it, but I've never stopped in the Kingman section of Route 66. But all of this, let's see if I could show you, all these types of rocks. They remind me of like that cartoon, that Disney cartoon, Cars. And I think it's based on being on Route 66. So if you're ever in the Kingman area, definitely visit. If you're into hiking, visit here. And then also the Route 66 section. Lots of history. So another thing that is very, very important when you're trying to get out of your midlife crisis is to give yourself some slack. Be kind to yourself. You know, this is a rough time, and you know, I've been known to what I call bully myself, and I just had a lot of negative self-talk. I was very critical of myself. But with all of these actionable things that I did to get out of my midlife crisis, I realized that I'm stronger than I am, than I had already thought all my life. And I think it started with being kind to myself and forgiving myself for being such a jerk to me. It just, yeah, you guys, be nice to yourselves. Don't be so rough. Sometimes it takes time. Be patient with yourself, especially at our age. Come on. You know, another thing I did during this time, was I prioritized myself. I made sure that my health and wellness came first. And I know this one's a really tough one because I had small children before, and a lot of moms and dads put their families and their kids first. But I learned something very valuable one time. I can't remember who told me or how I figured it out, but years and years and years ago, I heard the saying that you can't give what you don't have, right? So you can't give a gift if you don't have it in the first place, even though, you may purchase it as a gift to give away, but you have to have possession of it first. That doesn't only apply to material things. It can apply to non-material things like love, right? If you don't have love for yourself, you can't give that away. Think about it. If you don't have respect for yourself, you can't give respect to other people. You have to have it first. So if you don't have health and well-being, you can't help other people, including your children, your husband, your wife, your spouse, your partner, all of the above, your parents, anybody you care about. You can't give that to them either. You can't take care of them either if you first don't have health and wellness. It was like this light bulb moment for me at one point. Like, oh yeah. So number 7, I know I haven't been numbering them, have I? This is the last one. I do have a bonus 8, but this is a great time to embrace new opportunities, right? A lot of us have the money to do it. Sometimes we have the time if we become empty nesters. It's a great time to take on like a new talent, a new course that maybe you learned, a hobby that you've never tried before, or an opportunity to really get to know yourself and embrace it. It's just such a beautiful time to challenge yourself physically and mentally. You can do it. It's awesome. It feels so good to, like I said, take those small goals, but embrace new opportunities. And you will find out that you're stronger than you ever thought you were, and you'll have fun doing it. I want coffee. Doot 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 doot. I need coffee. Doot 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 doot. So I told you I had a bonus 8. And that one actually, it came to me while I was hiking right now. And most of my list is about new things, or embracing what's already happening to you. But this one actually is continue doing what you love. Don't give up what you love. I absolutely am in love with hiking. If somebody told me I could never hike again in my life, or go outside for that matter, I don't know, I might shrivel up and die. I'm not sure. But continue what you love. Don't give that stuff up, because that's part of you. Whether it's a hobby or a job that you enjoy doing, somebody you enjoy being with, don't give that up. Never give up what you truly have in your heart and that makes you you. So what do you guys think about my 7 actionable with 8 bonus ways to get out of your midlife crisis and just move on and heal? Have you guys been through or have gotten out of a midlife crisis? Leave a comment down below if you have, and if you have any other tips for people who are struggling right now. They're very helpful. Thank you guys, and have a wonderful week. Hey cow. Well, good morning. Oh gosh, she's right on the trail, guys, and I can't get her to move. Move! She's ignoring all of my requests. She's on the trail. She's completely ignoring me. I'm all move, ha! I can't scare animals. I guess I'll just wait for her to finish her snack. I bushwhacked a little bit, but honestly, she was just ignoring me. She didn't really pay attention until I left, until I got past her. There she is. Her snack is just too yummy. Oh! Oh my God, that rabbit was probably freaking out because I stopped right next to it. And it's like, I can't hold my breath anymore. And it ran. I made it.